Okay, I'm gonna lay out my second mock draft for the 2019 NBA draft. I'll just go ahead and get started. Number one, I have Zion Williamson. It's pretty obvious that that's who they're taking. He's a great all-around player, and they're really excited to have him. Number two, Memphis takes Ja Morant. I also think that's pretty widely expected, and I'd be surprised if it was anyone different. Number three, I have RJ Barrett. I think this is another one that is almost a foregone conclusion. Now, there's a report that the Knicks are trying out Darius Garland, so they might be taking a look at him, but I'd ultimately be surprised if they go with Garland with that pick. So I think Barrett is the safest call right here. For the fourth pick, I have the Celtics trading with the Pelicans, something like their 14th and 22nd this year, and maybe their Grizzlies future first round pick they have, and I have them taking Darius Garland. I think that would make a lot of sense. With it seems like Kyrie is gonna leave, and I think Garland would fit in well with their team. Kind of take the spot that Kyrie had this year. With the fifth pick, I have the Cavs taking Jarrett Culver, the shooting guard out of Texas Tech. I think this would be a great pick for the Cavs. I think he'd fit in really well with the team they have right now. They already have Colin Sexton as a point guard, and I think he's really just the best available player on the board at this point as well. So again, I like the pick. I think he's a good, smart player, good passer, can do a little bit of everything. I think the Cavs would be really happy with this pick. With the sixth pick, I have the Suns taking Kobe White, the point guard out of North Carolina. They need a point guard. He'd be a running mate of Devin Booker, but they've been wanting to find a point guard for a little bit now, and I think he'd be a really good fit. He's a fast player. I think they could have a really scary offense in the future with him and Booker and Aiton, and I think they'd be really happy with the pick. With the seventh pick, I have the Bulls taking Cam Reddish, the small forward out of Duke. I think they would be deciding between him and DeAndre Hunter, but with this pick, I go with the high upside of Reddish over the safer pick of DeAndre Hunter. With the eighth pick, I have the Hawks taking Hunter. I think they would be happy that he's still at number eight, and I think he's definitely the best player on the board at this point. So I think it'd be an easy pick for them, the Hawks going with DeAndre Hunter. With the ninth pick, I have the Wizards selecting Jackson Hayes, the center out of Texas. And I think the Hawks would have liked Hayes to fall down one more spot to the 10th pick, but in this scenario, the Wizards like him and they take him 9. He's a really promising but raw center. He's really athletic. He has good rim protecting potential. He's really good at finishing dunks especially. And he's just a guy that has a lot of potential in this league. With with the 10th pick in the draft and their second pick of the night, I have the Hawks going with Bol Bol, the center out of Oregon. The Hawks still need a center, and Bol Bol is a guy that has a ton of potential. He definitely comes with some risks, but they got a safe guy at number 8 with DeAndre Hunter. And here they swing big and go with Bol Bol, a guy who has some durability concerns, some concerns about his approach to the game, but he's a great shooter, and he's pretty mobile for his size, and he just has a ton of potential. The sky's the limit for this kid if he figures it out. With the 11th pick, I have the Timberwolves selecting Sekou Doumbouya, a forward from France. He's another guy that has a ton of upside, but he's still really raw and he's really young. But in this case, the Timberwolves like his upside and are willing to wait on him to develop a little bit, and they go with Sekou Doumbouya. With the 12th pick, the Charlotte Hornets take Nasir Little, a small forward out of North Carolina. Now, Jordan supposedly likes to take guys out of North Carolina, but that's not really the only reason why I have him going here. I think he's just the best player on the board. I think he already can be a good defender. He's really athletic. He has a high motor. He can still work on his shot to become a better shooter, and he can still develop into a better creator. But I think he's just the best player on the board at this point. With the 13th pick, I have the Miami Heat selecting Kevin Porter Jr., shooting guard out of USC. Now, the Heat could use a shooting guard, and in this case, they take a guy who has a ton of talent. Porter does have some concerns about his maturity off the field, off the court, and his decision making on and off the court. He still needs to be coached up a lot, but he has a ton of potential as a slasher. He can shoot it outside, and he's a great creator on the court, but he just has to put it all together and stay on the right track. The 14th pick will be made by the Pelicans. This used to be the Boston pick, but this is a trade I have between Boston and the Pelicans. And so they'll go with Romeo Langford, the shooting guard out of Indiana. I think Langford is probably the best player on the board at this point, and he fits well alongside Lonzo Ball and Drew Holiday. The Pelicans got a lot of pieces in the trade with the Lakers, but I think Langford would be a good fit for this young core of players and be able to develop alongside Zion and Ball and Ingram. And so that's why I have Pelicans taking Langford with this pick. And that's all I have for right now. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you.